Here we go. The rematch between Dog and Fractal in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So they played each other in the finals 2 months ago, and now they face each other here in round 2. Not round 1. Don't know why it says round 1. Round 2 in order to advance to top 4. And so far, things are looking pretty clean for both players. Fractal sets up an overhang. Not sure if it was intentional, but it is going to cause Fractal to burn a few more lines. Fractal able to get the J piece. And right now, we got a pretty calm game. Both players are pretty even. As a matter of fact, we're only separated by 1,000 points. There it is, Tetris for Dog. Fractal having to do just a minor amount of burning, nothing too serious. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how the different play styles that we've witnessed so far between the two players here on 29. It's going to be interesting to see how that comes into play. Dog, we know that, you know, at least in the first game up against DMJ, he scaled for a little bit and then was just, after DMJ had topped out, was starting to continuously knock down Tetrises. And we also know that in game 2, where DMJ scored a 1.2, Dog was just continuously knocking down Tetris after Tetris, already getting into 1.3 territory. So are we going to see that continue to be a factor here in this matchup between Dog and Fractal? Is Fractal going to, you know, continue to stick with the survive until my opponent can't mantra? Or is Dog going to also try and copy the same thing? We have two very high caliber players here, and it's definitely something to think about as we are approaching our halfway point here on level 18. Speaking about halfway points, Dog at 278,000, Fractal at 261. Fractal knocks down a Tetris, and so does Dog. Right now, both players just with some pretty clean stacks. Not really seeing too many issues. Now, we haven't seen too many high transitions tonight. I think we might have seen one 600k, not entirely, I don't quite remember. But games have been relatively rough all across the board. But we'll have to see what this game is going to convert to, because we're looking at a double 600k transition game as of right now. Dog sets up a delay burn, so not able to use that eyepiece for a Tetris, but the board is in great position. Has ample opportunities to burn if needed. It's going to go ahead and actually take the triple. Putting out for the long bar. Nice placements over here for Dog. A lot of very high accuracy placements with very limited time to decide. And Dog casually just drinking water in the middle of a game. Really taking stay hydrated to a whole new level. And nice adjustment over there for Fractal. Actually an insane adjustment. That would... Wow. That was beautiful. Anyways, there is another Tetris for Fractal. 476 for Fractal. 515 for Dog. So the games are relatively close. But Dog does have a pace advantage. And at the rate that we're continuing to go, Dog is looking in the 670 range. Fractal can try and get a 600 transition. It's definitely doable. looks like that's what Fractal's aiming to do. Dog nails the Z-spin. 562 to now 544. Nice placement over there by Fractal. Great recognition. But we are about to hit the transition here. We transition on the next Tetris for Fractal, and oops, sorry about that. Dog is going to knock down Tetris. Fractal set up for one last one. And Fractal is going to transition at 617. Dog transitions at 678. So a double 600k transition. Both players clean 19. Anyways, here we go. Level 20. Both players having to do a small amount of burning. Dog, great placements right there. Needs an L piece. Avoids creating I piece dependency, but L piece is not coming. Fractal knocks down a Tetris, but needs to do some stack correction afterwards. Dog still not getting the most ideal pieces. Forced to do some crazy survival right now. Holding out for the right pieces. Gets an I piece that's going to burn a much needed triple. Fractal still not in position to take complete advantage just yet, but is now finally opened up the well. Knocks down a Tetris. 732 for Fractal. 747 for Dog. Dog is still around 4 lines behind. He just needs to get back into scoring position. Great T-piece right there. Fractal knocks down a Tetris. Goes into the lead by 7,000 points. Dog misses the tuck. Or maybe it was intentional. Either way, it works out. And Dog is clean and Tetris ready. Same can be said for Fractal as Dog knocks down a Tetris. Fractal running into a little bit of a dangerous situation here. Forced to do some burning. Needs a J-piece. Opens up the well. Creates the overhang. A little bit risky overhang, but it pays off. Fractal now at... Scratch that. Fractal now at 829. Dog at now 843. Separated by only 2 lines, so the line discrepancy isn't too much to be worried about, but Dog does have the advantage. Both players are clean. Fractal going for row 2 action. We saw this in game, I believe, 2 up against Miles. Fractal now knocks down another Tetris. 876 to now 860 or 864. Dog with a center or a dependency set up. Now he's Tetris ready. Fractal not in any position to score any Tetrises right now, so he's gonna have to take these burns. That long bar dependency does get filled. J piece dependent gets it filled with an I piece. Now in need of an L piece to fill in that chasm. Not getting the L piece, getting the J piece instead. Forced to do, oh, he's holding out for the right pieces. Fractal might be in trouble. This might be an early top out by Fractal. However, he might try and roll his way out of this, and it's not going to be to any avail. Dog takes game number 1 with 949. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So game 1, we actually saw, I think there hasn't been a game tonight that hasn't gone to 29. We saw that by Fractal. Very high scoring game, and both players were actually incredibly close, but Dog just simply outlasted Fractal. Fractal got into a situation where couldn't really survive after a couple of very unfortunate misdrops. However, game 2 is now underway. Let's see if things can turn around and we can see a tie set, or will Dog go up 2-0? But as of right now, Dog is off to a little bit of a slower start than what we're used to seeing. Didn't really have too many comfortable placements available to him. Nice tightening adjustment, and tried to do something with that J piece and correspondence with the O. Fortunately, didn't quite work out so well. And Fractal is definitely taking advantage. Nice T-spin over there from Dog. Dog is correct to stack, knocks down a Tetris. So 111 for Dog, 182 for Fractal. But with this, Dog should be able to continuously score Tetrises. Now it's up to Fractal to try and maintain his lead as much as possible. Definitely, any lead is good going up against your opponent, especially such player as Dog, who arguably gets better as the game gets faster. Definitely know that that has been the case for him in terms of level 19 play in comparison to his level 18 play. But Fractal having to do some burning here. This is a really costly set of burns. Gonna decrease Fractal's lead down to only now around 36,000. But Dog in need of an eyepiece, and the eyepiece shows up a tad bit too late. And oh, another misdrop over there for Dog. Able to get that piece underneath properly. But Dog having to be a little bit careful here. It's easy to make an improper placement or even just a minor judgment error up here. So Dog now falling behind by 100,000 points. And ooh, an adjustment being made by Dog right there. Creating the long bar dependency. Gets the J piece, that's going to help out a lot. And these pieces still aren't necessarily ideal for Dog, as Fractal just continues to stack clean. And just like that, Dog is going to survive. However, is down by 170,000. That's a rough deficit to be behind. Anyways, 278 to now 429. We are 40 lines away, or rather 35 lines away from the transition. Dog can still transition with around a mid 400. However, Fractal, on the other hand, could transition with a 600k. Both players trying to keep it clean. And we are nearing the transition. So as long as Fractal can just avoid any catastrophic failures, whether that be running into a massive dig or RNG forbid, an early top out, Dog is going to have to really do some stuff in 29. But as mentioned before in the first game, both players have to make it to 29. And seemingly that hasn't been a problem today. So we'll see where that takes us. This Dog sets up for one last Tetris here before transition. Dog's going to transition at a 473. And honestly, a quite impressive pace recovery by Dog. Fractal knocks down Tetris, can grab one more. And Fractal's going to transition at 641. As Dog knocks down another Tetris, goes up to 523. There's a large discrepancy in between the lines and score. Fractal can have a massive lead. However, he's got to survive. He's got to make this game go the distance to tie things up. But Dog is not giving up. He's a fighter. He's going to knock down another Tetris. 576 to now 668. Fractal, Tetris ready. Holding out for the long bar. Refusing to take too many burns here. Wants to try and maintain as much of his advantage as possible. Finally knocks in a Tetris. 700,000 now 602. Dog has actually closed the gap by a minimum of 1 Tetris in terms of pace, but otherwise is now only down by 100,000 points. Knocks down another Tetris 656 to now 628. Fractal Tetris ready. Another Tetris for Dog. Dog right now generating some insane amounts of momentum. Just knocking down Tetris after Tetris. Nice adjustment right there. Dog Tetris ready. Knocks down another Tetris. Is set up for another one. 714, now 784. Another Tetris for Dog. Goes up to 742, but Fractal now at 814. Another Tetris for Dog. What is this Tetris streak? 772 for Dog. Fractal forced to take another triple. Another Tetris for Dog. Has closed the gap to now only 20,000 points. What is going on? Fractal knocks down a Tetris, so creates some 50,000 point separation, but Dog has been keeping the stack clean. He's Tetris ready, knocks down yet again another Tetris, and he knocks down another one, going into the lead. 864 to now 882 as Fractal knocks down a Tetris. Comes back, Dog just absolutely playing insane here. Fractal knocks down another Tetris, goes up to 914. Dog knocks down a Tetris though, goes up to 895. When's the last time he's burned? Finally takes a burn there. And there it is, Tetris for Dog, 928 to now 976. Fractal does have the lead. He does have the advantage, but Dog is making him work for this. Dog makes the adjustment, hoping to get the right pieces for the tuck or the spin respectively. Goes for the S-spin, forced to take a double. Didn't really have any good places for any of these pieces. Now at 971 to now a 982. Dog, ooh, a center well looks like it might be in the process of developing as Fractal is already maxed out here. Dog needs to be careful, not really getting too many ideal pieces, and so now his momentum has come to a screeching halt as Fractal is now 1 Tetris away from a 1.1. Dog knocks down another Tetris, or not Dog, Fractal knocks down a Tetris 1.16 or 1.116 for Fractal, now 1.115. Or not 1.15. Dog goes to 29 at 829. Okay. Fractal trying to go for one last Tetris. He's set up, holding out for the long bar. There it is, Tetris for Fractal. 1.2 in the 29 for Fractal. Dog knocks down a 29 Tetris. Fractal, on the other hand, going for his usual strats. Dog needs a couple of pieces. He needs the eyepiece. Gets the eyepiece. Crucial Tetris right there. Now only down by 100,000 points. As now Fractal is still going with these line out strats. However, each line, as Fractal is continuing the line out, Dog is maintaining, or not maintaining, but decreasing the lead. Gets the long bar over 5 high. Dead drops a couple of pieces to try and recover. Now Dog is trying to fix up the stack. Down by still around 100,000 points. Needs a couple of good pieces here to help him bring the stack into a comfortable position. Dog is set up for a Tetris and knocks it down. B80 to now C60. Dog is closing the gap more and more, but is also making more misdrops in the process. So he's got to spend more time fixing up the stack. Meanwhile, Fractal still going with these line out strats, trying to scale. Dog is trying to close the gap using Tetrises when possible. Dog, all right, good. Needs a couple pieces over to the left. Meanwhile, Fractal, C90, only a 90,000 point lead now, but Dog having to do some burning. A lot of burns here for Dog. This is not a good situation. Needs to get an eyepiece over. Can he get an eyepiece over? All right, able to bring it down. Meanwhile, Fractal now goes to 1.3. Dog needs to get a couple pieces over. Would love to get a J piece here. Needs an I piece now in the center. And oh no, several misdrops just cascaded on top of each other. Dog tops out at 1.229, meaning Fractal at 1.3 is good. Wow. But Dog was bringing it back. And 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So Dog already starting off with a interesting build, to say the least. And we saw, you know, a huge factor that at least played into the last game was Fractal's ability to play 18 at such a high efficiency rate compared to where Dog was in that game. But one thing that stood out about last game, the absolute insane post-transition by Dog. He was scoring Tetris after Tetris without burning lines. The momentum that he had was absolutely insane. And even though going into the latter parts of the level 20s, when his momentum died, he was able to still try and get into some situations where he was building momentum on 29 and was only down by around 80,000 points at one point of the post 29 phase of the game. But we'll see what happens in this game. Look at all these tucks over here by Dog. Would love to get a J piece in. There it is. Fractal is going to be having a small advantage here. Nothing too serious. Nothing like what we saw in game 1 currently. Dog just really trying to avoid taking too many burns here. Unfortunately, the pieces aren't quite as compliant as Dog would like them, so having to do a good amount of burns, and this is where Fractal has the opportunity to go up to a 100,000 point lead. There it is, Tetris for Dog, Tetris for Fractal. Now, Fractal having to deal with some uncharacteristic pieces, so he's going to have to persevere throughout this. And this is actually the prime opportunity for Dog to not only potentially tie up the lead, but Fractal was able to get out of it just efficient enough. However, Dog has closed the gap down to only 40,000 points, and there is a small line advantage for Dog. So now a true deficit of around 1 Tetris. Fractal has the board under control. Dog is clean. And as of right now, both players are looking to transition around the high 500 mark. But unfortunately, Dog is going to be... Oh, wow. Perfect combination of pieces right there for Dog. Tetris for Fractal, but Tetris for Dog as well. Dog right now. Both players actually just really clean stacks. Not too much trouble being seen here. Fractal knocks down a Tetris, and so does Dog. So we're around 2/3 through the transition, 301 to now 364 following that Tetris from Fractal. Another Tetris for Fractal. And of course, you know, when things are like this, there isn't too much happening right now. Both players are stacking incredibly clean. And it's actually more rigid stacking from these players. You know, with more modern iterations of classic play, you see a lot of creative setups and attempts to be efficient. And really, this game has just been a lot more rigid, just incredibly solid play. Fractal did have to take a couple of burns here, and this is going to give Dog the opportunity. Ooh, nice T-burn right there from Fractal. That was genius. Fractal still has the potential to be up by 1 Tetris, depending on if he can get a conversion here. And, oh, Dog with a unfavorable misdrop right there. It's still Tetris ready, but let's see what he's able to do here. Oh, nice. Very creative way of trying to solve that. Gets the I piece followed up by a T piece. Dog is clean. However, that small little burning situation for Dog allowed Fractal to build up a 60,000 point lead. Dog holding out for the long bar here. And we're about to hit the transition as well. 1 more Tetris for Fractal, 2 more for Dog. Dog knocks down a Tetris, set up for one more. So is Fractal. Dog's going to transition at 482. Fractal transitions at 579. So yet again, another advantageous situation for Fractal going into the transition. However, Fractal makes a couple of misdrops, so it's going to be spending some time getting that corrected. Dog is in prime position to take advantage. He's holding out for the long bar. Long bar not showing up. There it is, Tetris for Dog, 537. Fractal now only a couple lines away from getting back in the scoring position. Burns that out. Fractal is now ready for a Tetris, but so is Dog. Tetris for Dog, 568 to now 592. As we know from what we saw in the last game, an advantage in the transition can mean almost nothing when you're going up against a player of Dog. You can have just one of the most insane post transitions. However, he is having to slow down here, not able to really build up any momentum. Waiting for the right pieces. Dog needs to go for a spin or a tuck. All right, there it is. Dog is Tetris ready. There it is. Tetris for Dog. 604. Another Tetris for Dog goes up to 633. Meanwhile, Fractal is at 659. Goes to level 22. But, ooh, this is actually a little bit tricky for Fractal. He's going to be doing some down stacking here. Great triple being burned. Needs a couple more pieces to open up the well. Decides to do it with the eyepiece. Forced to do some more burning here. Meanwhile, Dog is in position to knock down Tetris. There it is. Tetris for Fractal. 702 to now 645. Fractal gets the board under control. Or he's getting the board under control. Dog is able to knock down another Tetris, trailing by 40,000 points. And only ahead in lines by 2 lines. Nice adjustment over there by Dog. Just in time to score the Tetris with the long bar. Another Tetris for Dog. 737. Dog is now in the lead. Fractal knocks down a Tetris, 748, but Dog counters with a Tetris of his own, 768. Fractal now looks like he's going for row 2. He's got to commit to it. Dog has been playing too efficient in this post. Another Tetris for Fractal, goes back into the lead. Dog is Tetris ready, makes the adjustment, forced to do a little bit of a burn, but knocks down a Tetris, 803 to now 814. Another Tetris for Dog, goes up to 835. Fractal trying to get Tetris ready. Now only trails by just around half a Tetris, so both players are going to be exchanging leads. Dog has to take that double. Fractal holding out for the long bar, knocks down a Tetris, goes up to 846. Dog Tetris ready, knocks down a Tetris, goes to level 27 at 873. Fractal, beautiful stack right now, goes for a double. Holding out for the right pieces, but a massive S-burst is going to prove to be... Oh, wow. Amazing solve over there by Fractal. Knocks down Tetris, 887. Fractal goes into the lead. Another Tetris over there for Dog. Goes up to 911. 911 to 912. Another Tetris for Dog, 946. But Fractal counters with a Tetris of his own, 956. But players are on level 28. We're about to hit level 29. You can't ask for a closer game into level 29. Dog knocks down a Tetris. Fractal is set up. He knocks one down as well. Dog is set up for one last Tetris here before level 19. Waiting on the long bar here. Waiting on the long bar. Goes for a skim. There it is. Dog goes to level 29 at 1,019,000, but Fractal goes to 29 at 1,031,000. Dog knocks down Tetris, A64 to now A35. Fractal's got to get the board under control, holding up for the right pieces. All right, nice, able to skim down. Fractal now all the way down at the bottom. Dog, meanwhile, looks like he's getting set up. He's holding out for the long bar. There it is, a Tetris for Dog, 1.1. However, several misdrops follow the execution of the Tetris. Dog now needs to burn the stack down. Can't get that eyepiece all the way over to the left. That might be detrimental. Dog's not able to survive. He tops out at 1.15. Fractal now needs to chase down 1.16. Fractal just needs to survive long enough to do so. At this point, a Tetris and change will be good enough. But just the unfortunate misdrops that happen right as soon as Dog is able to knock down a Tetris. B16 is what Fractal needs. Fractal looks like he's... No, not going to set up. Couple of lines left. One more line will do it. And there it is. Fractal takes game number 3 and goes up 2 hearts to 1. And Fractal showing that he can score Tetrises too. Here it is, game number 4. Can Fractal advance to the semis yet again, or will Dog bring us to a decider? You guys know what I want. Well, you guys know what you want. The players know what I want. We want to see some excellent Tetris. So here we go. Anyways, to start things off, Fractal able to knock down a Tetris. Both players with a pretty clean board. Now, last game, Dog did transition behind Fractal. However, Dog was able to yet again have an excellent post-transition, giving us an insanely close game going into 29. Dog was able to knock down two Tetrises post 29. Unfortunately, some misdrops cascaded following the Tetris, and Dog was unable to kind of recover the board, and Fractal just simply survived long enough to surpass the score. So the question is, what will happen here in game number 4? But right now, we are off to an incredibly even start here. Separated by, what is that? Single? Regardless, this is an incredibly close opener here. Both players with some high levels of efficiency. Only 4 burned lines so far. 208 to 209. Separated by half a single, actually. And Dog just refusing to take a burn. Finally has to take one there. But there it is, another Tetris for Dog. Just wow. The way that both of these players are stacking here in this game, absolutely incredible. Separated by half a single. Both players now actually having to take some burns around the same time. If you didn't know any better, you could assume that they were playing the same pieces just because of how synchronized that they are being. Fortunately, Fractal is kind of dealing with a little bit of a rough patch of pieces. And Dog is being able to take advantage. There is a Tetris for Fractal, so we'll see what Fractal decides to do. Fractal is no stranger to building up for row 2 Tetrises, but you don't really see him build up for row 3. In fact, he's just going to burn this all the way out and get set up for clean Tetrises. Dog was able to build up an 80,000 point lead as a result. And, you know, it's been interesting. Majority of these, the last 2 games that Fractal has won, both the games, Fractal was in the lead at transition. Whereas the first game, Dog was in the lead at transition. Could that be a pattern or pure coincidence? We'll see. But right now, Dog is having to do a minor amount of burning. Fractal closing the gap slightly. There it is, Tetris for Dog. Fractal clean. Both players actually, this is an ideal board. Dog, as a matter of fact, looking in the 600k transition territory, Fractal with near perfect play could get one, but it's highly likely we'll just see a high 500 from Fractal. Dog forced to take some burns here, and so is Fractal. Dog holds out for the S piece, and just like that, both players are clean. Tetris for Dog, and I guess there it is, Tetris for Fractal. 412 to now 499, just past the 100 mark for Dog, and we'll be getting past there for Fractal following this Tetris. Separated by 64,000 points, favor of Dog. Dog knocks down another Tetris. 600k transition is imminent for Dog. There's around 7 lines or so of leeway. Ooh, nice overhang is being set up using that O. Dog goes for the S flat. Tetris for Fractal can try and grab 2 more. Dog can try and grab 1 more. And Dog will transition with a 600k. Some good old-fashioned one-handed strats from Dog. Staying hydrated before transition. And Dog transitions at 620,000. Tetris for Dog. Fractal with a lot of delayed burn setup. Fractal's going to transition at 556. Not an ideal board to transition with, but it's also not too deadly. Both players are set up. Fractal knocks one down. Dog with the advantage here. His back is against the wall. Refusing to take any burns. Takes a double right there. Takes a triple. Now needs a J piece or something to go over there to the left-hand side. Meanwhile, Fractal has closed the gap down to now only 20,000 points. 657 for Dog. 633 for Fractal. Dog holding out for the long bar. Taking as few burns as possible. Now we are exactly tied. Dog had to take a double there to break the tie, but knocks down a Tetris to go back into the lead. 690 to now 590 or 659. Fractal knocks down a Tetris. Another Tetris over there for Dog. Another Tetris for Dog. Starting to gain momentum. Fractal, on the other hand, waiting on the long bar. Knocks one down. 715. He's also Tetris ready. Another Tetris for Fractal. 743 to 7. Scratch that 779. Dog on level 23 in the lead by only 8,000 points and also more than 4 lines ahead in the future. So Fractal does have a true pace lead, but pace leads mean nothing if you're not able to capitalize on the Tetrises in order to score higher. But in this case, that's exactly what Fractal is able to do. Another Tetris for Fractal goes up to 800,000. Dog knocks one down, 817. Another Tetris for Fractal goes up to 830. Knocks down another one, 860. Dog is Tetris ready and counters, goes up to 847. We're having another crazy game here. Fractal, is he going to commit to this? He's setting this up. He's going for the center well. He's going for it, but unfortunately, RNG is not compliant. Fractal is in danger. He's going to have to do some burning, and even if he survives this, Dog with a pristine stack is now building up a lead with each passing Tetris. Dog is almost Tetris ready. Fractal opens up the center well yet again. He's going to commit for it. Goes for the tuck and creates a hole as a result. Dog now Tetris ready. 923 for Dog. Dirty Tetris over there for Fractal. Goes up to, or dirty center well Tetris. Goes up to 917. Both players are still incredibly close. Nice double over there for Dog. Fractal still not in any position to score Tetris. Dog opens up the well. Does a little bit of stack sacrificing, but he's what he can do. He's still not getting the long bar. Finally gets the long bar, not able to utilize it for a Tetris. Burns for a triple. Fractal has brought the board almost all the way down. We're separated by only a couple thousand points. Dog not going to go for the center well. He's just going to burn this out. Both players now clean. Dog knocks down a Tetris. 984 to now 944. But Dog, ooh, that misdrop is not ideal. He needs to correct this before 29. All right, stack is corrected. Dog burns down. And now Dog goes to level 29 around 995. Gets the stack under control. Fractal with the max here. He has the advantage. It's up to Dog to play exceedingly well here on 29. Fractal is ready for another Tetris. There it is. Fractal goes to 29 at 853. Dog at 815. Now trying to get the board under control. Question is, what is going through Dog's mind right now? Does he try and set up for a Tetris, or does he play the long game like Fractal? Oh man, Dog, right now this is dangerous. He needs the long bar. Doesn't get the long bar in time. So still going to try and burn this out. Oh man, it's the 5 high and he doesn't get it over. I'm not sure what he could do. Dog is going to top out at 827. Went for the dirty left foot Tetris and couldn't get it. Fractal is advancing to the semifinals and is going to be your blue bracket representative. And you can tell he's happy about it. But a bracket winner is you, Fractal. Congratulations. So, for your top 4, you're going to have Eric versus Fractal on one side, and Andy versus Huff on the other side. Absolutely insane. And actually, it's kind of crazy. Hold on. The people that are in the top 4, they're all 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th seed.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.